Hi everyone, today I want to talk about something that sounds incredibly boring. Water. Because let's be honest, when people think about pregnancy nutrition, they think about protein, iron, folic acid, omega-3, maybe magnesium. Nobody gets excited about water. But the truth is, water is probably one of the most overlooked nutrients during pregnancy. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because I think many women don't realize just how many pregnancy symptoms can become worse when we're not drinking enough. I'm currently pregnant myself, and one thing I've noticed is that staying hydrated is much harder than people think, especially if you're dealing with nausea, especially if you're exhausted, especially if you're constantly running after other children. So let's look at what water is actually doing inside your body during pregnancy and why it matters so much. One of the biggest changes during pregnancy is that your blood volume increases dramatically. By late pregnancy, blood volume can increase by around 40 to 50%. Your body is producing all that extra blood to supply oxygen and nutrients to your growing baby. Think about that for a second. Your body is creating an entirely new human being, building a placenta, creating extra blood, supporting a growing uterus, and all that requires fluid, which means your hydration needs to be higher than before pregnancy. And most of us struggle to get the minimum even if we're not pregnant. Whenever you eat something nutritious, protein, iron, calcium, omega-3 fats, the body needs fluid to transport those nutrients where they need to go. Water helps nutrients circulate around your body and reach your baby. So even if you're eating a fantastic pregnancy diet, hydration still plays a huge role in helping your body use those nutrients efficiently. This is one of my favorite facts because most people never think about it. Your baby spends months floating in amniotic fluid. That fluid protects your baby, allows movement, it helps with development, it helps to regulate temperature, and your body needs adequate hydration to help maintain that environment. In fact, research has shown that increasing maternal hydration can increase amniotic fluid volume in some situations. Now, obviously, water isn't a treatment for medical conditions, and you should always follow your healthcare team's advice, but it highlights just how connected hydration is to pregnancy. Can we talk about constipation? Because pregnancy hormones slow down digestion. Iron supplements often make it worse, and many women struggle with this for months. The interesting thing is that fiber, of which we hear a lot, only works properly when enough water is present. If you're increasing fiber but not increasing fluids, you're often missing half of the solution. So if you've been eating more fruit, vegetables, oats and whole grains but still feel blocked up, take a look at your water intake too. I see this one all the time. A woman gets a headache. She immediately assumes it's hormones. And sometimes it is, but dehydration is another common trigger. Even mild dehydration can contribute to headaches, dizziness, and fatigue. And because pregnancy already makes many women feel tired, dehydration can make that tiredness feel even worse. And I experienced that myself. I've increased my water intake to the minimum required in pregnancy, and my headaches were way better. I didn't need any painkillers so far. So far. This sounds completely backwards. Most people think I'm swollen, I should drink less. But often the opposite is true. Adequate hydration helps your body regulate fluids more effectively. So women find that drinking enough actually helps to reduce water retention and swelling. Now, of course, swelling can sometimes indicate a medical problem, so always speak to your midwife if you're concerned, but normal pregnancy swelling and good hydration often go hand in hand. Heartburn, constipation, sluggish digestion, many of the digestive issues that happen during pregnancy become worse when fluid intake is low. Water helps keep things moving through the digestive tract and supports healthy digestion overall. Pregnancy increases the risk of urinary tract infections, but drinking enough fluid helps support normal urinary function and helps to flush waste products through the system. Again, it's not a treatment, but it's another reason hydration matters, and it works perfectly for prevention. This is another one I can relate to personally. When you're nauseous all day long, drinking water isn't always easy. It is difficult. Sometimes even looking at a glass of water is like hard work. But vomiting and nausea can increase fluid losses, making hydration even more important. If plain water isn't appealing, and for me it was literally undrinkable, try ice cold water, water with lemon, sparkling water. This was the one to go for me. Or herbal teas approved in pregnancy. Sipping little and often was easier than drinking large amounts at once. Sometimes tiny changes can make a huge difference. I know that if you're in your first trimester, you don't feel like drinking at all. But do not quit trying. Every little bit helps. Don't wait until you're thirsty, because by the time you feel thirsty, you're already starting to become dehydrated. Instead, build little hydration habits into your day. For example, you could have a glass when you wake up, have a glass with every meal, have a bottle beside you when you're working, a bottle in the car, a bottle next to the sofa. Make hydration automatic. What worked for me is to use the app that reminded me to have a glass of water, but I used it after 5 months of pregnancy, as the nausea for the first few months was so bad. I could only manage sips of sparkling water every now and then. If you're pregnant and struggling to eat perfectly right now, please don't put pressure on yourself, especially if you're in that first trimester. But if there is one habit that's worth focusing on every single day, it's probably hydration. Because water supports your blood volume, your digestion, your energy levels, your amniotic fluid, your nutrient transport, and ultimately helps support the environment your baby's growing in. If you'd like more pregnancy nutrition advice, healthy habit tips, and practical information for real life, make sure you subscribe. I'm a qualified nutrition advisor and currently pregnant myself, so I'll be sharing a lot of info to help make your pregnancy feel a little less confusing and a lot more manageable.